This is the Kia Rio brand new vehicle, and we're going to put fender covers on both fenders, and we're going to cover up the front here also. I'm using the standard deep hook model of fender cover, which has extra depth on the skirt, so that I can cover all of this on the front, because this wraps around right to the front of the tire, and when the technician is working across the front, he is coming into contact with all this paint all the way down there. So I need a larger cover to cover all the way down there. I'm no longer just covering the skirt at this level, because this is a short fender and the front is wrapped back here. So instead of using a shorter fender cover, which would be like my standard hook model of fender cover, which would end about here, I'm using this one, which is the standard deep hook model, which is a foot deeper. And we're going to put this on right now. I have magnets all the way along the top edge here, and you can see them there. These magnets will lock in on the inside vertical lip for any fender that's steel. If we don't have a steel lip and we can't use the magnets to attach, then I have hooks here. There's 20 gauge stainless steel inserts in here. They're bent to form hooks, and they're going to hook over the inside lip for any place where the magnets won't attach. And failing all of that, there are loops at the ends of the fender cover so that you could hook a rope through the loop and then tie it inside somewhere if the magnets wouldn't hold and the hooks wouldn't hold. So we're going to pop this on here now. I think I've got some steel in here, and we'll just lock those magnets down in on that steel lip, and the hooks are there, you can see also. And then we'll just bring this one around and hook it in here. And so if you come around this side, then I'll show you that this is hooked on here really well, and that we can pull on here and rock this entire vehicle, and that cover isn't coming off of there. Zero friction surface on the top, high coefficient of friction surface on the bottom, so the bottom side will grip the paint, and you're going to slide around on the top side with your skin of your hand, with your clothing, and your air hoses and your light cords and everything will just slide right over the top. It doesn't move against the paint, so you don't have any scratching. You slide on the top now, and total access to the engine bay, so you're not blocked from working on anything. You can get access to everything you want right in up to the fender well here. And you're not going to be picking this up the floor all day long and putting it back on the fender and taking the grease and oil from the floor and putting it up on against the paint. You don't have the fender cover laying inside here soaking up antifreeze or battery acid or brake fluid and then dragging that off down against the paint either. So we've got real nice protection on this fender here. We're going to do the other side, and then we're going to work on the front end also. And this is just the same model of fender cover, the standard deep hook. And we're going to lock the magnets down here. We'll use the hooks to the inside. That one's on, set, and ready to go. You can use the hooks there if you want, and there you can see the loops where you could use to tie on. Just go around a hood hinge or a wiper post or anything if the hooks didn't hold and the magnets didn't hold. But that's on there, that's locked on, and you're ready to go to work again. So you can see you can pull on here and rock a car and they don't come off. And now we're going to go to the front. This is the front bumper and grille protector, which we're going to put right across the front end. This is a bit smaller on the front end, so we'll just pop it on and see how it covers. I think everything is plastic here, so I don't expect my magnets will hold, but we're going to find out here in just a second. That appears mostly to be everything plastic everywhere in here. So what I'm going to wind up doing is I'm just going to use these ropes around this hook. I'll take a couple of wraps and go right back inside, and then that will be held on there, and I'll do the same over here, because everything inside here is plastic, so none of my magnets are holding. So we're just going to go with the ropes and hook around the inside hook on the fender cover. And now that's in there, that's all locked on. And once again, now you can do whatever you want here all day long, slide in and out, air hoses, light cords, everything all over the top, and you've wrapped that whole front clip up. So if you look side to side, you'll see there's no exposed paint where you could drop brake fluid or have grit or whatever on your knees and be sliding against the paint, or have your air hoses slide over the top and cause any damage on the paint. Total access to the engine bay. Customer walks in, he's astounded. It's like an operating theater. He understands how you care about his vehicle, how you care about his investment, and how you care about him. There's a lot of value in having the customer walk in and see that. Or if you've got all your service bays where the customer can see inside, he can actually see you working and protecting his vehicle. I'm going to take that front cover off now, And I'm going to put one cover across the front that will be identical to this, just so that you can see what kind of coverage you would get with one of these standard deep hook model fender covers across the front. And then I'll put two across the front so you can see the total wrap again, but with a different option of covers. Everything folds with the clean side inside. The magnets lock everything together, and it folds up as a nice little bundle, which can be tucked into a tool chest drawer for storage. And now I'll get the other covers. So first I'm just going to put one right across the front here, because this is not a very big vehicle. So if you just drop that one across the front, you've actually achieved probably 90% coverage there. And if you just happen to be working across the front on any one particular day, you could just drop that cover right across the front and go to work there. And I've just attached the hooks on the inside again, so you can see that it's never going to fall off. But if I'm going to work here all day long and I'm going to pull an engine, then I want this covered also, and I want this covered here. So I'm just going to slide this cover over, bring another one in here, and wrap that whole front end with 4 of the standard deep hook model of fender covers. And the next one will cover that. And there we are. We're hooked on here and here and here. And I've actually just overlapped wherever I need to overlap if the front end isn't too big. So I've got probably a couple of feet of overlap in there. So if the fenders were wider apart, then I would have room to bring those covers farther apart and cover it all off across the front. So that's 4 of the standard deep hook model of fender covers, wrapping the whole front end of that vehicle. And we're going to pull those off then, and I think we've covered every model of Kia vehicle off today. So you can see that what we have here is something that never falls off. Nothing soaks through it, nothing pokes through it. Air hoses, light cords, everything slides right over the top. Technician slides right over the top. Doesn't move against the paint, don't get any scratches. Total access to the engine bay. Nothing is covered up anywhere. You're not soaking up brake fluid or antifreeze or battery acid, and then having that slide off on against the fender and cause damage to the paint. And you're preventing a total professional image when the customer looks at what's happening to his vehicle, if you bring him back into the shop or if he can see into the shop from where he's observing. So it solves all the problems and gives you a 100% professional image, and the lifetime on these covers is expected to be in the range of 5 years. So you get like a 500% return on your investment based on the payback from that renting fender covers. If you're leasing, then of course that's another option that could be available to you. I just don't provide that myself at this point.